all we really have to do, because I'm thinking in the mind space of shorts and where we edit.
Right.
All we have to do is I'll go, I used to do this and I'm never doing this again.
Brilliant. And then that's fucking
There it is.
brilliant.
There it is.
So
Mini Matters, a miniature painting podcast.
So, since last week, what has changed? And that's a rhetorical question. What has changed is...
No hello, no nothing.
Doesn't need it. No,
We can't hear the intro.
Yeah, I know. But I looked up shortcuts onto how I could play sounds without showing your face. You'll see that when you watch the video back, Martin. You can't.
Yeah.
No. What? Where was I going with this? Fucking hell! It's a good start. Good start.
No, you said what's changed since last week?
Yeah, what's changed? Right.
Question,
Yeah, and the answer
to
is we released 2 shorts. Okay.
Yeah.
On the internet. Now, the reason why that's changed now is because what I've learned from this fucking thing, okay, is all of our YouTube videos of Mini Matters, because it's a podcast, it's not meant to like algorithm bullshit. We start with the Mini Matters intro, right? But this episode, I'm going to fucking switch it on its head, okay? And I'm going to cut like 10 seconds of good content from the episode and put it at the front of the thing, right? And then I'm going to release it and then the intro will come in. So I'm going to do post editing, and then people will open the video and it'll be like, yeah, so I was walking down the street and then this dog came and pissed on my leg and it was terrible. And then you're both like, ooh, and then I'm like, and then it cuts to the intro and then they're like, fuck, I want to hear that part of it.
Yeah,
right?
But you have to put the title, that preview
Dog.
or something.
No, they don't do that on YouTube anymore. They literally just like, they just show everyone knows now it's some bullshit mechanic. Like, so the reason why I worked it out right is because the first 3 seconds of YouTube shorts apparently are all that people care about, right? And then the first 30 seconds on real videos, apparently. And obviously I wasn't playing that game because I'm not there. But I basically what I'm saying is I think I'm going to start playing the game. So yeah, just while we record, try and do as much sort of clickbait terminology, like stuff like that, right?
Right.
I also started recording some adverts for interludes during the show.
The old idea.
Yeah, but I have, the trouble is I can't. You guys won't be able to hear it, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't upload that length of video onto. But also, I listened back to the advert I did back in the day, and it's not good. Okay, not good. No, it's not good. But what I might
what?
Nah, it's hold on. Let me. Right, it's not tongue in cheek enough. It's not rude enough. I want these adverts are going to be like, you know, like they're going to be like a satirical look at box arts painters within the hobby and consumers and our listeners and Get Good and all that kind of stuff, right? It's gonna hit some. That's what I'm hoping, because obviously it's not me, it's a character. You can get away with a lot more.
Yep.
So
for anyone who's met Jamie, he's nothing like this in real life.
no,
This is a complete
I'm a professional.
facade.
Did we skip the introduction to do more clickbait, and then we did this absolutely not interesting at all for the listener?
I think that's. I think that. Well, so what I've learned is you don't have to give anybody anything interesting, as long as you give them bullshit at the start, right? Hook them in, and they'll put up with like 10 minutes of bollocks. Also, what?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that.
It's occurring to me as well that this is really easy. Playing this game, all we really have to do, because I'm thinking in the mind space of shorts and where we edit.
Right.
All we have to do is I'll go, I used to do this and I'm never doing this again.
Brilliant. And then that's fucking
There it is.
brilliant.
There it is.
So my research
I'm
was
not going to say anything about it. No one knows.
and we don't have to include it in the episode.
No.
Yeah. I'm up for it. So I started doing research on shorts because obviously I had no idea what, like, I've consumed shorts, but all of my shorts are just tits and ass, right? They're never like anything.
Obviously, yeah.
It's outrageous, like how TikTok worked out my algorithm within probably half a minute. And thankfully, I don't like Facebook is still like horrible death videos, as I showed you, which is so I don't ever use YouTube, Facebook videos. Yeah. I don't know what hobby ones were like. So I looked up the Siege Studio shorts, right? I don't know what their podcast is actually called because I think they were the only ones who were trying to like be dickheads about it, if you know what I mean. Like
attract actual listeners, yeah.
Yeah.
They're working hard.
And I guess Get Good somehow got like their content's good, so people go on it. I don't know how they're getting their message out there. It doesn't make sense to me.
As far as I can tell, it's actually good, which makes no sense at all.
Yeah. So, Arnal, to answer your shit question, mate, yes, we are 5 minutes in and there was no content, but I will tell you what's coming up in the episode. Also, we've transcended that now. Look, we've broken...
Welcome.
Exactly. I think we're on something like 25 listeners now, okay? 20, down, up from 4, right?
That can be possible.
It's Golden Demon. Exponential growth. And... we're high flyers now. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to worry about that. Like, do you know what I mean? 2,000 views on shorts in 1 week.
Some of the biggest podcasts in the world are just they have no content, and it's all about the people on the podcast just being themselves. Yeah. This is already like 75,000 better than that. Yeah, we will get content, I guess. Right,
we're
allowed some bullshit.
We've only got 2 segments planned. I've had the flu. My family's had the flu. Okay, and it's the real flu. We did a COVID test and it said we don't have COVID. It said we had the flu. It had both. It was quite cool actually. Anyway, Grotbusters is back. Okay, we've had a long break from Grotbusters, and I dare say this Grotbusters is good. It is. It's 40k based. I actually need to do the clue for the middle one. I haven't written that down yet. I don't know where to go with it. I've got some ideas, but I didn't have time. You guys were talking, but then you looked bored at the start when you'd finished talking about whatever you were talking about. And then we have lots of questions. It's another Q&A, another Dr. Lovebrush. These are actually Dr. Lovebrush mixed in with one QA.
Yeah. And there's about 95 what are they called, channels on Discord where people ask questions. So if we miss your question, it's entirely your fault.
Yeah, put it in the right one.
We have to reduce some channels, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We literally have 3, right? 3 channels.
And nobody uses them correctly, so we better come.
Nah, Dr. Lovebrush has done all right. We might have answered some of these already, but look, the feedback's been amazing for the last 2 episodes that we've had. So I think we can just sit back and chill now. We can coast. Do you know what I mean? We're in cruise control. No matter what we put out now, it's going to be...
It's time with a shit episode.
No, it can't be... Well, yeah, okay, fair. I just don't think... I think we could put out a steaming pile of drying paint that's like coloured shit, and these guys are going to lap it up. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
we know that's exactly how it works. Last week's episode was too good, if anything.
I said we should have split it into 2. Yeah, I think we should have. We should have. Think of an actor, okay, and he puts out a shit film, or a hobby painter, and they produce shit paint, right? In those comments, people are like, "Oh, it's so good. This is amazing. I love this," and everyone else who's like not, I don't want to be, a bit, aren't going to lap it up because they're going to be like, but the people who are anyway. Grotbusters. I've also got a bit of news. Do you guys have any news?
The fact that both you and Arnal actually have news, it's just mind blowing to me. Like already,
again, best episode, top 10 of easy. I'm going to swap ears
Considering
though.
how little happens to us and in the world, the fact that there's news at all, I'm just so intrigued. I can't not.
Well,
wait.
mine is hardly any news. It's just
That's
You
not
built
what
it
you
up.
said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. You built that up a big time when we did our pre-show.
I
prep.
literally said the same as I said now, but fine.
I heard differently.
It's either news or it's not news.
It's
I mean,
one or
anything
the
is
other.
news. Oh shit! And we've got thought of the day, of course. The new, extremely popular segment that we've only had one negative comment about. So put it that way. I sent you the print
From
screen.
who?
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
like,
that's right.
"Good,
Yeah.
good show, but just skip 10 minutes after the 1 hour mark." So fair enough. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, Arnaud, what's your news, mate?
What's the news now?
I started watching Chat Powers.
Oh shit! shit! Right.
What did you think? Oh, for context, we spoke briefly about Chad Powers last week. I immediately watched all of it. Immediately.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, I watched 3 episodes.
Shit, how did you stop? I mean, so we can go
I
into it
watched
now.
one a day.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking weird. So,
What do you think of it, Arnell?
but just quickly, Sean Green watched it.
Okay.
Martin watched it. Arnau's watched it. Lionel recommended it to me, and Paul watched it. So I do think that we've got. I'm going to bring back today. Fucking anime. We're going to talk a little bit about anime. Basically,
fine.
it doesn't have to be as long as last time. We don't have to go into color theory and all that bullshit. But I do think that people like the stuff we like because they're like-minded individuals. Anyway, sorry. Yes, Arnau.
It's fine.
Come on, don't give me that bullshit.
I mean, no, I like it. I like it, but it's not. I think I like it for different reasons than you. I'm not dying of laughter at any point.
Wow.
It's just interesting. It's fine. You know, it's actually wholesome, if anything.
Pretty wholesome.
Okay,
But
what about
I
the
think
part?
there's like 2 lines in the 3 episodes that really made me chuckle a little bit, which were the pee hole thing and something else. But it's not like I died. I mean, I just was like, oh, that's funny. But
What about when he comes out the woods?
I mean,
Right, and she goes, Jesus, what do you? And he's like, yeah, I just
yeah,
like
but
the woods. We're all part of the woods, really, aren't we? And then she's like, oh yeah, I guess. Fuck yeah, well, I guess you're right. What about when
I think
he's signing up
Yeah.
for the first time, right? And then
They say something about you, and he's like, "Yeah, no, go ahead."
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know, man. I think
Or when she's like, "Have you ever performed in front of a big crowd?" And he goes, "That depends. It depends on what? The Gators."
yeah,
solid,
fucking- and the wolves.
That's a really strong quote as well. Whenever someone says something, and you go, "Well, that depends. Depends on
That
Gators."
depends on so
Depends.
and his gay friend.
When you watch the greatest show of all time, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, do you find you're laughing out loud?
so in some episodes, yeah, for sure.
It's one of the rare, not to change the subject too much here, it's one of the rare shows I find where I'm, not every damn episode, but where I will laugh until I'm crying.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on your exact
Yeah,
the
I guess
temperature of your humor.
I guess because comedy is one of my favorite genres, and I really like over the top comedy.
Right.
And this is not over the top at all. This is just, you know, it's
So
funny, but
so the clips I've seen, because you've both told me to watch Philadelphia, Philly. The clips I've seen on like shorts and YouTube and stuff, I've not laughed at all because they feel over the top and like they're not like has it got canned laughter?
no, it doesn't.
good.
But you need
Okay.
to know the characters because it's all about the personality of the characters and how fucking weird they are.
Yeah. There's a few really strong callbacks as well, especially in like seasons, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, when they start referring back, maybe even earlier than that, when they start referring back to characters, and like you'll laugh at different things if you know kind of references to things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Season 9, for example, is gold. Every single episode of season 9 is absolute perfection. And 7, 8 as well, very good. Maybe the first season is a bit weaker.
Yeah, the first season is weaker. As soon as they got Danny DeVito on board, it started really finding its tone.
Yeah,
and then I think probably I'm trying to remember. I had to look at this. Which season had the best episode? I think it might be 6 in my mind that has some of the best. It has whichever season has
no spoilers.
The gang desperately tries to win an award, which is probably the best episode.
Wow, there's so many episodes that it could be the best episode. I wouldn't know which one to choose, to be fair.
I will watch it eventually. I'm very put off by watching it because every video I've seen of it looks very unfunny, except for when they beat up kids. I really did enjoy that video.
Oh, that fucking scene is amazing.
That was good. I will fully give them credit for that.
I think this TV show is so exactly you that it blows my mind that you have not watched it.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a
well, I've watched The Office billions of times. Are we going on too long for TVs, or is it good content?
Wait for the reviews for that, mate. We'll see what people think.
Content than talking about what we should do with the podcast.
Yeah.
Right, because you care. Okay.
I do enjoy the meta of having a podcast where we just talk about the podcast. I really think that's what the listeners are here for, though.
The listeners don't know what they're here for. They do you know what I mean? They don't know what they want. So
that's true. Please let us know on Discord if you know what you want.
Well, no one will reply. We've got 4 people on Discord, and they're all the same people.
Please reply in one of our how many channels? Like 25 channels?
To be honest, no. We've got. How dare you? No, the number of channels we have is good, Martin. Right. The problem is we don't have anybody on it except for me, LG, Paul. Arnal's written 4 messages. Anyway, look. Let's not me bitch. I bitched you enough in private. I don't want to bitch to you on the podcast. I do like the logo though. It's orange is my favorite color. Okay, okay, fine. I want, but I'll try and watch it. Okay, Funny Delph. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay, honestly, seriously though, it's not a great endorsement to say you need to put up with a whole season before it gets good. That doesn't sound great.
I mean, it's not like it's bad.
No, it's not bad, but it's
just won't laugh.
Just let it. Probably not. No.
Yeah.
But once you get in there, like, you will find things about it that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe you. Also, Chad Powers is good. So, are you? Well, let's just jump in with one question from Dr. Lovebrush. Okay. I don't know if he has a jingle yet. He probably doesn't, right?
Well, it's kind of the meat of it today.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, Arnal's going to bloody answer it, isn't he? I tried things. Do you know what? Never be afraid to try. That's what I say. Unless it's painting, and then that's fair. Right. Yes, we don't have a meat of it, and that's why we've wasted 20 minutes talking about TV shows.
Did you say your news stuff?
No, but I thought we'd badgered on too long about the other TV shows that I didn't want to come in hard with.
No, we're still on the news segment, so
right.
Let us know your news.
So I've started watching a new anime called Frieren or whatever, right? Okay.
Frieren.
What? What's it called?
Frieren.
Frieren. It's hard to say because they talk Japanese when they say it. Basically, I love... Now, you were less impressed by the concept that I was. And this is a bit of a philosophical thought process here, right?
It is very philosophical.
The premise of this anime is she's an elf, okay, basically. And I'm only episode 3 or 4, or maybe 6 now because I was up till 4 a.m. But my main takeaway at the moment is when you live for a long time, what is life about? Now, I did some maths on this, okay? So she's roughly, let's say, 1,200 years old now or something, okay? and this is a question. This is not a rhetorical for you as well, man. Right? One of the things she's like, she goes on this party. It's an adventure, D&D basically, right? For 10 years, and she's like, it's nothing. 10 years is like no part of my life. Now, I wondered do we have such intense like emotions and feelings because we die so quickly, or if we were actually if we did live 1,000 years, would 10 years really feel like nothing, or would the passage of time still feel the same as it does for us now? I have some opinions.
It's not only that. It's that the whole thing about her is that she disregards humans because their life is so short that she doesn't even want to know them. She doesn't even try to understand them or anything. So and the point is that because of Himmel's death in the first episode, she understands that she lost the opportunity to know him, and she wants to start knowing the new humans that she will find.
Not with too many spoilers though, but yeah.
No, I said no spoilers at all.
Yeah. Except, well, yeah, I suppose
it's
it happens. Like
the whole.
Yeah. So, but more moving away from the anime though. More like if you were an elf and you realised you were going to live thousands of years. I get the concept of not wanting to like be mates with stuff, but it was just the passage of time. Because you know when you're young, time is slow as fuck. Like I remember so clearly waiting for Christmas, right? And you'd be like, that Christmas, that year would last forever. And now I'm like, oh shit, it's Christmas.
Have you ever had a hamster?
Yeah. I mean, my sister did.
They usually live 1 year or 2 years if you're lucky, which is literally what we are talking about. 1,000 years.
Yeah, it was condensed into.
It's a lifetime of a human is the same as we have for a hamster. So that period of the hamster is so short in our lives. Like it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but a hamster can't like write down stuff and talk and blah blah blah, right? Whereas
of course.
we I don't know. I just thought if it felt kind of the main takeaway I took from what I've watched so far is I don't regret anything I've done in my life, but are we wasting our lives basically? Like
I did it. Maybe it sounds a bit too much, but this TV show changed my life in a sense that I thought about this a lot while watching it, and I watched it 3 times already, and it does change it because the fact that she realizes how she missed the opportunity to really be with Himmel at the start, and she. Well, you will see in the TV show is really wholesome because you've seen how she starts remembering every single thing and makes her remember Himmel. So this could happen to us, and it does happen to us at any point. You know, we may miss some things that we don't pay attention, or we don't enjoy things that we take for granted, or things like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. It hits you quite hard, or not hard, but it's definitely why they're wanting to push you, I think, in the show, is that we are like, I don't know, because it's not like a sad story, but its undertone is like, if you just let life wash you by, but then again, like...
But in a positive way, I think, because the whole thing, for me, it's not sad, it's very optimistic in the sense that she wants to start. It's a breaking point. She wants to start living.
Well, she realizes.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, but it took something quite big for that to happen. Well, not for her, admittedly. If like someone died.
Well,
no, but what I mean is if our hamster dies.
We'll discuss this when
you're finished. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But like. Yeah, I mean the main point here really was, if you did live for a long time, would you also? I mean, Martin, you've not really bought into this at all, have you?
No, I'm listening. It's actually really interesting. I was thinking about what you said about being a child and waiting for Christmas and all that, because I sometimes think back to things that I did when I was a kid, and I'll think about maybe a friend that I had, and we played a lot together for a short time, and then sometimes.
Oh, hold on one sec. No, 3 times.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, so you were talking about your childhood and how time kind of slows down when you're a kid. And I think about that sometimes when I have memories of stuff that I did as a kid, that, maybe I was playing with a friend for a period of time, and maybe I was into some toy, or maybe there was a show I watched, and sometimes in my mind I'm like, oh, for a long, long time I was watching like Return of the Jedi every single day. And then I realized, like, well, yeah, maybe all of that was like 6 months, because when you're a kid, that 6 months might be absolutely forever, and it's the same 6 months, and then as you get older, like now in my 40s, and now, like you said, it's a year ago feels like yesterday, or when I think about a friend that I met the other day, and I'll realize, like, no, that was in May, it wasn't the other day, and I think, to like hypothesize what that would look like if you lived another 5,000 years, I'm sure that's exactly what would happen. You would spend like 100 years, like on your phone.
Yeah.
And also she's alone, which is probably the worst part, that she doesn't have any other elf with her, so everyone just passes dice.
Well, yeah, because she goes, right, I'm just going to pop off for a little bit, and they're like, what, you'll go alone? And she's like, yeah, I'll just go for like, and she comes back,
80
it's like,
years
yeah, exactly. It was 80, or like another guy was there, and he was like, yeah, do you want to stay and help me? And she was like, it'll take me like 6 years to do this thing, and he's like, cool. And then I find what I found quite interesting was when I read the Silmarillion, the reason why I was so like attracted to it was Tolkien would just drop like one sentence, and it just has these like huge ramifications, and it would have taken like 10,000 years or whatever, but he just drops it, and it's like your imagination. And she's like, the scenes between these 6 year gaps was really short. It'd be like 6 frames of her fishing, reading a book, and then it's like she comes back, right? She's not aged.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know. I found it I don't think it's meant to be like, oh, maybe they probably knew what they're doing, but it really made me think, like, I've never ever felt like I've wasted any time of my life. Like, anything that I've wanted to do, I'll do. Like, as in, if that's where my desire was, like, I'm not sad that I'm not playing 40k anymore, and I wasn't sad that I wasn't painting anymore, blah blah blah, I'll follow it. But I still feel like maybe just humans are meant to feel some sort of sadness that you're just getting older.
But wouldn't you wish that you didn't spend the days at home without doing all days the same? I do wish that sometimes, that maybe working at home, spending so many hours sitting on the desk is literally
it's a waste.
The days.
But then again, I don't feel good about going to Italy in Monte and going to Rome and visiting art galleries, or going on holiday with my wife to Cyprus. Like, for those memories, I'm pleased at the experience, and the place isn't important. The people and the memories are obviously. I'd argue, if you don't go there, you don't create those memories. But rather, like, even us recording these podcasts, we're not leaving the room, but I still really enjoy them.
No. More than the location, I mean the routine, the unbreakable, almost unbreakable routine. That
I think that's one thing that I'm kind of afraid of, and I have been for a long time, is doing the same thing for too long, because that tends to speed up time. And it's one of my favorite things about going on holiday, really, regardless of where it is that I literally feel like time slows down.
Yes.
When I was earlier this year, I went to Crete with my girlfriend. We drove around for 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks felt like 6 months. No, not really. But it felt like a long, long time, in a good way. Because every day, there's new impressions, new experiences, things that I haven't done before, that just makes time slow down. And I think a lot of people can relate to this, but it really feels that way. And it's one of my favorite things about going on holiday, and it kind of tells me that that's something that I want to introduce more in my life. Maybe just variety, maybe experiences.
Yes. It's same as the little trips that we do to Golden Demon and places like this. It's literally 4 days, less than 4 days. And sometimes here, when you are at home working, you think, oh, yesterday I did... No, wait, it was not yesterday, it was 2 days ago. Yeah. But everything blends together and it feels like it was yesterday. But the 4 days that we are out, they're the whole thing, right? They're like a whole experience that happened through... I don't know. Time is cool.
I mean, case in point, like we came back from Italy 9 days ago.
Feels like a long time.
That does not feel like 9 days ago.
It feels like
3 days ago.
Shit, so much has happened. It feels like I feel like, no, for me it feels like a really long time.
Oh, what? It feels like ages.
Yeah, like. Oh, right. Like a distant.
I've been sick. I've been sad at home, and I mean, that was pretty dreary, but it still feels like. Yeah, it was kind of the other day we were in Italy.
I think maybe my routine is broken because normally I was ill before I got there. I was ill when I got there. Then I was better for 2 days, and now I'm ill since I got back. But the whole family's ill. So normally my routine isn't the normal routine now because I'm up all night with them being flu-y, and then they're at home next door. But it just means they're not going to school and kindergarten. So I'm not dropping them off. So my routine, maybe that's why the 9 days. But yeah, I'm enjoying it in a really. I didn't think I would. I thought it would be a bit too gay. I told you that the anime, like I there's no like overt fighting or blah blah blah. It's like
there are
yeah, and they're very nice. The animation Madhouse I think did it, and they're very very good.
Yeah, and there's one of the last episodes. I'm not going to say anything, but it's called the.
It's already too much of a spoiler for me though, because now I'll be expecting and I'll be waiting for the last episode.
Well, no, it's not the last episode. But
good.
It's one of those things that when I say that I really liked it, and you have high expectations, when you see it, you will see.
It's as good.
That's really cool.
Yeah. No, I get you. I need to get over my hatred of people telling me that they like stuff. It's quite annoying. Oh, I went and saw, this is news. This is the least miniature podcast we've ever had, but it's fine. Embrace it. I went and saw The Running Man in German.
Okay.
Dubbed.
No. Oh, sorry. Yes. I thought I was going to say not dubbed in English. Dubbed. Yes, dubbed.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
I'll be honest, I don't think it's a good film.
Did you understand?
I understood enough. Yeah. I genuinely probably understood 10% of the film, right?
Okay.
Like, and there was no parts in it where I was like, ooh, what's happening here? It was very fucking obvious what was happening.
Yeah.
And there was no real, and I just think it's a shit film. I think it shouldn't have been made. And going from watching arguably the best comedy in the last 2 years with Chad Powers,
Glenn Powell.
To that, he should have said no to the script. But yeah, I'm enjoying the anime at the moment, and that was my news. And it's really made me think. Like, I'm hoping that it's not just a thinking thing, and I don't change anything. But I've never really had goals or plans in my life, if that made sense. I've never had like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to achieve this.
If it doesn't happen, do this when you finish the whole season. No, watch the first episode,
and then you'll watch the second naturally.
No, and you will. The first episode will hit you so fucking hard after watching the whole season.
Okay, all right, cool. I'll do that. Yeah, I also started watching. Man, fuck it, let's go. Right,
let's talk about minutes.
Yeah, Dr. Nutbrush, right? Also, we're going to do another episode with Albert, I think maybe this week, and we're just going to amalgamate and talk about all the shows because now they're over. It'll be like I'm actually sad that they don't have any in the new year. So Paul asked us, for Martin, you're not included here, mate. Sorry. For Albert, for Jamie, well, he actually said Hut Bernard now. How do you feel seeing your own miniatures?
for Hutber and Arnau?
No, forget Albert. He's not there.
Fuck no. Neither am I, apparently. Jesus Christ.
How do you feel seeing your own miniatures in the wild? Have we answered this question before?
How do I find seeing our
Own
No,
miniatures?
he means
The
Dragonhead / Arnau miniatures, the stuff that you
Yeah.
right. I don't think we have.
Yeah.
Answered
Okay,
this.
so how do you feel about seeing your miniatures in the wild? The unpainted ones you've sold through your companies, painted by others. So basically painted models by other people on Instagram and in competitions.
You go first.
I'd never do because no one ever fucking paints them. Like there wasn't I looked out at Monty. I looked out for mine. I didn't see a single one. I don't know how many models I've sold now. Probably in total maybe 500. I'd guess across.
I do see a lot of Dragonhead models painted.
Where?
Well, you thought nobody released anything in 9 years. so probably you are a bit out of the loop.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Well, the ones I do see and the ones I get shared, I really enjoy seeing them. Mostly be a sense of pride that somebody liked my creativity enough they trusted me in a way to do it. Sounds a bit gay, but yeah, it's like it was. Yeah, I think that's the main thing I get out of it. I very rarely have I seen, because not so if you like, I haven't seen any pieces where I've gone, holy shit, you could do that with this model, right? I've obviously got your box arts are now. So mostly right now it's like, a really kind of happy feeling from that perspective. And I would love to see like conversions or things or usages of a piece where I was like, oh wow, I never thought you could use it like that, which is more what you would probably get. And I did really enjoy the dragon that someone painted in our group. I like that they shared. I'm not sure if they knew we made it or he was just sharing it.
No, I'm pretty sure they did. I really like seeing stuff because it's a figure that you have in your head, and then you tell someone to do, and they do it, and you are so involved with it. And then obviously painting the box art and everything, and you have this idea in your head since the very start when you are creating it, and someone else paints it in another completely different way, so they have a completely different view of this character. And I love to see that for in one side, and then when they try to copy what I did as a box art, that's another kind of praise. I think it's the ultimate praise that someone can give you if they try to emulate your paint job, right? Because they are choosing to spend their time trying to paint something like you, which is the best.
Yeah, I've had that once, and I must say it made me rather hard. I don't know how if it ever dulls or gets. Yeah, probably. I guess everything does when you've had too much of it. Bleak. Yeah. Right. Excavatica asked. I got a question for Arnau from his AK book when he talks about using color in a non-linear way, and then in brackets non-literally or whatever. Basically, you're saying that when you go up in value, instead of going linear in a color wheel sense, you instead introduce different colors to introduce different nuances within your subject.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wrote. I didn't quite get I didn't quite get the question there. But that is.
I mean, I guess the answer is yes.
Oh yeah, okay. Because he's saying basically you are saying that I don't understand any of what. Just can you please?
Yes. If the question is that, it's yes.
Yeah. What can you just explain what he asked? Because I don't fucking know what any of that means.
What I mean is that when we start painting, what we do is we establish this base color, right? For example, if we paint a skin, we try to establish a basic skin tone, and from there we highlight adding white or something else to that color, which creates a linear gradient to light, right? Instead, if you don't choose to do that and you choose different colors with different value, that go up, but they are not from the same source. So first I have brownish skin tone, but then the next one, instead of brownish, is pinkish, but it's lighter. And then instead of pink, I change, and now it's yellowish. Obviously, all of them are on the skin tone realm, but they are slightly different, and all of them lighter. If you do that and you build up your transition with those colors, it will be a lot richer than if it's just one color adding white. The adding one color and then adding white, it's really boring, and when you do it, it feels almost like
chalk.
It's almost like unpainted in a sense, that because it's just one color, right? And in busts and figures like this that are big, or 75s, a surface so large with such little amount of information gets really, really boring and feels like you have not worked on it.
But how do you know? I get the concept makes total sense, right? And it just that straight up linear thing. 28 mil, you can get away with it a lot more because you've got such short distances where you need it, right? But I suppose it depends on the subject. My question was going to be, how do you know which colors to introduce?
It doesn't matter as much as you think. So what you want is the shift. If you, while you shift it a little bit, it can be more or less whatever. It doesn't need to follow any rule, or it doesn't need to follow any contrast. Obviously, for example, at the last light, if you want to that last light to pop, if you have on the previous one a pinkish light, if you use a blue light at the end, it will pop more because it's cold against warm, which is what you want. But during the process, it's okay if you shift a little bit, or if you shift a bit temperature, but it's not like you need to. For example, if we started with a gray tone, a mid gray tone, and we will add every single step a bit of white, which will be the usual way, but then a little drop of another color, a little drop of red, and then when we go up, a little drop of yellow.
I see. So you keep the base gray, but you're adding stuff in. Okay.
If you were painting something gray, of course.
Yeah. In my head, for some reason, I had it. I'm painting a head, and I start brown, and then I just add a green section, and then a purple section. I see. You're adding tonal variations into the gradient, basically.
Yeah, into the same thing, because you are painting skin, right? So you don't want to go to crazy colors, because then it will look fucking weird.
For subsequent lighter tones as well.
Yeah, it's not like you build up, you change. So it's not like you add red and then red and yellow and then red, yellow, and blue.
Fuck it up, right?
No, you first red, then yellow, then blue, then you separate.
That was going to be my question, that if you introduce like a red and then a green, you're going to get more grey, but you're starting again. So I guess okay. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. You should just fucking narrate your book and then release that as a charge.
Narrate my book.
Yeah, right. And then explain
like ASMR.
Next week's episode is just an audiobook, and it's on now, just reading.
€10.50.
Yeah.
And describing the pictures here with this figure.
You could do a live... fuck it. Yep. Okay. I mean, that is actually interesting. I'm not saying that your book isn't interesting. What I mean is
remember when you were listening to this episode 15 minutes ago and you thought it was a bullshit episode and all we did was talk about TV shows? Yeah, bet you feel stupid now.
Boom. To be fair, what I've realised, is why now I'm more relaxed with our bullshit. Okay, because we spent half an hour talking bullshit, right? I enjoyed it, every minute of it.
Why were you not relaxed with that?
Well, not that relaxed. I've been relaxed, but that's like relaxed. That's like too. I mean, not that I've ever cared about. I'm too big time for that. No, but it's because our episodes are 2 hours long now, so we need to fill the content. Because I just looked at the clock. It's 45 past now. Normally, we would have covered a 45 past. The show is 45 minutes. 44 if you're going to be exact. But normally with we've finished our meat of it. We're just getting to the last segments, and we're like, is it going to reach an hour? And we normally get to like an hour 10. Now we're like, we want to give the people what they really want, which is 2-hour shows. And to do that, you have to fill it with shit, basically. So, right, good.
You're
right,
welcome.
Exactly. Right, thank you, boys. We've got one more Q&A, so I will quickly now jump to thought of the day. Now, I had an amazing thought of the day in bed, and it was 4 a.m. and I was like, Jay, write this down. And I was like, no, I have. Oh shit, was that what I thought? No, that was the segment audio for it. All right. Anyway, I don't. So I've only got 2, 1 or 2. Pick a number.
I chose the last episode. So
2.
When did you last get carpet burn?
when did we last? What?
When did you last get carpet burn? I remember as a kid, I got carpet burn all the time.
Carpet burn?
Oh fuck! You're foreign, aren't you? Jesus Christ! All right. Sorry.
I know what you mean by this, but yeah.
Basically,
Yeah, you don't have a carpet.
Yeah, when you're like your brother would grab you and pull you across the room, you'd end up with a like shitload of carpet burn, and it was painful as fuck. It's just a friction burn. I think I got it because I thought of it because these headphones is material, and I had it and I sat on it, and then I didn't have enough things, so I was like this. Then I went. Zzz, and I was like, ooh, that was close to carpet burn. Not on my balls, but on my lower leg. And I was like, fuck, when did you last get carpet burn? So there you go. Right, you ready for a Grotbusters?
Yep.
All right, boys. Oh shit, I haven't finished it. All right, we can't do that yet. Let us do. Right, hold on. I'm gonna pause it. And we're going to quickly ask Lionel to get us some faster race cards, okay? Okay, right. I'll tee you up, okay? This question is from Larking. Why can't I see it? Right, you two, while I go and do some bullshit. What's the best primer for resin to you? And do you not always prime your models? Or when would you not prime your models? From Larking.
Well, I mean, I always use the GW primer, the black one, and then I double prime with airbrush and any kind of whitish paint from the top, or depends if we have a directional light, then I use that direction. But I would never ever not prime my figures. Like what? Why would I not prime my figures? You know,
I can answer that. I do always prime my figures, but I know people who don't, and it's really just to do with the texture that you get from the primer, and so I know, for example.
But how do they paint?
Dave Soper. You can if you clean the model. Depends on the material. I would never do that with metal or resin, depending on the resin, I guess. But as long as it's very, very clean and dry, like if you just like airbrush isopropyl or something on.
Yeah,
it.
but that's not the problem. The problem is what happens in 30 years.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people think too much about what's going to happen in 30 years when they're painting right now.
Yeah.
That might be a problem. I'm just answering the question.
Yep.
I mean, for me, it's I mean, I did when I did industrial modelism in the university, and priming was one of those sacred things that you would never ever skip when painting, because you never know what will happen if with a little heat or with anything, it can fuck up the paint, and doing something so little. And you just prevent that. It's mind-blowing that some people choose not to.
It's not for like laziness or anything. It's literally to remove the slightly gritty finish texture that you get from priming, which is part of the point of priming. I sometimes use airbrush primer to mitigate that a little bit, but I do actually find that just Chaos Black spray is the easiest and best for most things.
But also the Chaos Black is so smooth. Yeah, it's not grainy at all.
Yeah.
Depends on what you compare it with.
Shit. I mean, I have no idea.
I'm saying like some people will literally want something that is smoother than that. They want it to be like, like
A
just
baby's bum.
completely smooth. Yeah, like a piece of glass.
Ooh, I knew. Second question from the boy, Larking, is how do you split time between work and painting for yourself? And that's for both of you, obviously.
Well, I think that's more of a something that Arnaud would have to. Well, you can relate to it on like a day-to-day basis. Right now, I haven't painted anything that wasn't for me in a while, but since I do work from home badly, I split it. I would say it's probably when I'm like right before GD, I wasn't really doing a lot of work, just painting for GD. So how do you divide the work shit with the own shit?
I think I don't. So when I paint something for myself, I just don't paint anything else. So it's not like I finish my day and then I go and paint something else, because that's not how I work. I only do one process in my head, or one painting. So I think when I do something, I save those days. So basically what I do is I take time off my job and do that. That's why it's difficult for me to do something that it's time consuming, because then I have to spend a week or a week and a half without working, basically.
Yeah, it's funny because I found when I was working for heavy metal, and especially when I was working from home, that I would get tired of painting one part of a model or one model or whatever, and I would want to do something else. So if I was working on one model, I thought like, I'm really sick of painting this armor. I'm just gonna stop in the middle of it and go paint something else. And then I kind of realized that that's okay. Like, that's fine. You can get tired of something and then just work on something else for variety's sake. And actually, that's also fine if I was doing a personal project and a work project. And so I would kind of just jump back and forth. I mean, I remember at one point I had 3 different things going on at the same time. And it's stressful because I'm aware of all the deadlines, but also it's okay. you can kind of gauge how long something's going to take, and it can be quite nice to just work on something and then you go, fuck it, I can't do any more work on this, I'm just going to paint something else, and just let that happen kind of naturally, and don't feel too bad about getting tired of something, as long as you finish it ever. Obviously it's a different thing if you just stop because you're bored and then you never come back to it, but yeah, I don't really have a problem with that. So I can sometimes do things literally at the same time. Not with, a brush in one hand, but in the same day.
Could learn. I mean, yep. Right, they are the Q&As. Oh, we've still got LG, but we can quickly jump into Fastest Race Car. We also have Taskmaster.
He's going to be here next week, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Right, LG, yeah, true, be fair. All right, Fastest Race Car, you ready? Hold on.
Fastest Race Car.
Of course, is the jingle for Fastest Race Car. Now, it has been a while since we've done it. I think it's been 6 weeks, maybe. Maybe not. Right, who's going first? Now is for that cough, you Philistine. 2 minutes on the clock then, please, Martin. Cheers, buddy.
Sec.
Yeah, no worries.
2 minutes on the clock.
We're not in we got ages.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. How does missing Monty change your relationship with the community for a whole year?
I don't think it does. Maybe I have a little bit of outsider feeling, but it goes away very quickly.
Is skipping a major show better for artistic rest or worse for motivation?
It depends if you are burnt out or you need some injection of motivation.
It was about you, but that's fine. Does seeing Monty online create unrealistic expectations or inspiration overload?
None of those things. I don't really care that much.
I see where Lionel's gone with this. He's obviously very... how do you keep passion high when everybody else is painting Monty models?
Well, I said it last week that it really makes me want to make some effort.
Yeah. Is there a right time in a painter's career to attend big shows?
I guess at the start.
How do you balance professional work with events that demand personal pieces?
How do I balance?
How does Monty?
go.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make sense. How does Monty push painters towards styles that might not fit their own style?
It's a loaded question, I think. I
On the clock,
it
mate.
depends, I guess.
It's very apt. It's very on point from last week's episode, though.
Yes, it is. It is. I mean,
10 seconds.
We can do that in a meet a bit next week. Is it healthy to skip
we'll-
competitions sometimes or focus on growth?
yes.
Yep. How do you plan a year of painting when you're not chasing trophies or deadlines?
You're chasing payments.
I guess that's
Money.
time, right? It's time up.
Yep, that's 2 minutes.
Damn. Should have gone to Monty. That's what I'm
A
learning
lot of
from those
questions
coins.
about Monte
Yeah.
for someone who didn't go to Monte.
Well, they were all about why didn't you go to Monty, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Lionel is
Being a bit-
upset. Right. Martine.
Appreciate the effort, Lionel, writing all these questions.
Yeah, to be honest, he's not here, but he's here. You know, he's still committed. Hold on. Are you nearly ready?
Extremely ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. What actually changes after winning Golden Demon at Games Workshop?
Nothing.
Is it harder to paint once you've won because expectations rise?
Yes, but that's to do with everything we've said in the past about expectations in general. And as long as you are aware of where those expectations come from and the fact that you're just doing that to yourself, it doesn't need to. But yeah, probably does.
What does it feel like going from Golden Demon to not placing at Monty?
Random question for anyone. It was more disappointing than I thought it would be, which is to say a little bit disappointing. So yeah, maybe I guess it painted Monte in a slightly different light because it felt like a lot of what people are saying about styles and that sort of bias might be true. But I also did actually take away a lot of like not just really enjoy the weekend, but I'm also very happy about the people that did win and what they won for. I can't say anything about the judges not liking Warhammer because I mean Albert's piece got platinum and a bunch of other Warhammer like Erkas and a bunch of Warhammer models won really good awards. So nothing really to do with that. Even heavy metals, like it's a stretch to say that they don't really like that. So no, I'm fine with it. I respect that. I also really care more about Golden Demon actually. Sorry, longer answer.
Yeah.
Not a fast one.
I'm the
Go ahead.
same. Well, yeah. Well, it's your race car.
Yeah.
How do you stop a loss from overshadowing the previous
5
win?
seconds.
Oh shit! You really?
4 questions. How do I
Time.
a loss?
Yeah. How do you stop? How do you
Last one.
stop a loss from overshadowing a major previous win?
This is a good question. We could definitely do a meet of it just about competitions and managing expectations and stuff. But it's about understanding that.
Well, you've got unlimited
Award.
time now, Martin, on this answer, because so you can.
Look, here's the thing. Awards are not accumulative. A lot of people think, whether they say this out loud or not, they think that if you win bronze one year, that means your chances of getting silver or bronze next year are higher. But that's not really true. It means that you were good enough to place this year, or not even that. It's that the judges thought that yours was the third best. That's really all it is. They might think that it is exactly that next year, or they might not. It's really down to subjectivity and who's judging. It's hard to just say like, oh, you shouldn't care about it. But it was one of those things that I said right after I won, and it sounds a bit cynical, but I really do mean it. Is that it's going to be easier not winning next year because I won this year.
There's less pressure on you, basically.
Yeah, from myself again.
Yeah.
I don't, but yeah, less pressure. It feels just like kind of for all the times I've entered and competed and things haven't gone my way, and I think, that's also not necessarily accumulative. Like losses aren't, but they kind of are. It kind of gets to feel that way. I know some people who've entered now like 5-6 years in a row and they've never placed, and that's starting to feel a bit shit. And then, I think, well, damn, that's what it was like for me, except the previous like 10 years I placed every year. It's different for everyone. So
Expectations.
yeah, expectations, exactly. So how's it going to feel next year if and when I don't win anything? It'll be fine. As long as I feel like the entries that do win are really good, and as long as I can be happy with what I've entered.
I think that is the hardest thing, is when there's something that wins and you're like, I mean, that is like, as objective as you can be, that's objectively shit kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But then you're...
The interesting question is, if I think, which I'm actually not 100% sure this year, but if I think that my entry is not the best one, am I still going to feel great about winning? Because I thought about this
basically.
Basically, this was like it was never really a concern or something that I had time to think about. But for like half a second, when we were all getting up, all the gold winners, and they were going to give out the Slayer sword, I thought, wait, what if I get the Slayer sword and I have to stand there next to Albert?
Yeah.
That's gonna suck, because I wouldn't agree with that at all.
That is quite funny. But you still have to pretend to be happy.
Yeah, exactly. And I would think like, wow, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened, but also completely wrong. I wouldn't agree with that at all. So that would be weird. And I think it would feel less like that if I won gold or silver and I thought there were better entries. But that's,
I've only ever had it
unthinkable.
Once where I thought I should have placed and I didn't, only because the winning thing was literally a dry brushed things, right? And that
was for Golden Demon.
Yeah, that was gold. That was open category. Like, looking back now, as a more experienced painter, having not painted for 6 years, I don't agree with the one that got winning third place, but I'm pretty sure there were probably other pieces in that category that should have won before me. But at the time, I was much more focused on, hang on, my piece is better than that piece.
Yeah.
Rather than, okay, no, like, remove my piece. This is just not the strongest piece there. It wasn't even stronger than mine, and there must have been other stronger pieces. I think competitions have a really weird psychological sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
They're almost a philosophical thing. I really don't understand them. Like I feel a little bit autistic or something when I think about competitions, because I struggle to understand the meaning of it. You know?
But then what?
I think that.
Go on, Big M.
I think that's because, Arnau, you've worked, and this is really enviable, but you have a relationship to your painting that is much purer and much more about you and the work than comparing yourself or hitting some kind of arbitrary level of goodness or an ability. It's
like
really
validation, you mean? Like we're
validation, but also like there's something about kind of seeing how people struggle or what they're struggling for, like what their goal is, what their aim is. But some of us, I think, are really just trying to kind of aim for those specific awards and trying to look at what someone else is doing and go, oh, I want to do something like that because then I'll win what they're winning, or I'll do what they're doing. And I really do feel like with your, especially because of how prolific you are, I mean, like the amount of stuff you do, it just feels like it's really genuinely about like putting in the work and evolving at your own pace.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. But what I don't get is how maybe it is what we have said many times, that we know but we don't know. When we know that they are kind of arbitrary, we all know that is arbitrary, but we don't really know it if we are upset or happy about it. And I think because I always knew that it was arbitrary, and I had those feelings of disappointment and unhappiness. But then at some point, I think it clicked, and I now understand that they are so arbitrary that I don't care if I win or lose because they are arbitrary. And I think I realized that moment that I felt absolutely nothing winning, and I also felt nothing losing. So, yeah.
You were talking about when you won.
With Bro JB.
you won gold, right? Is that what you mean with
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Because you were. I agree though. You can have feelings on stuff and be like, that's confusing to me, that's a bit annoying, but it's still not really affected you, if that makes sense. Like you can leave a competition and be like, I'm a bit annoyed that X happened. Yeah. And you can talk about it, and for a couple of days you're like, but it's not like, you're not like, I fucking fundamentally disagree and I'm annoyed. Like you can still be a bit annoyed. Yeah. That's what I was just trying to reconcile in my head. Like,
I mean, it's not like you don't even think about it if you don't think about it,
Yeah. I think there's something about, like, we have our sort of build up to Golden Demon, which to me feels kind of like, comparable to the athletes before like a World Cup or an Olympics or something, and everyone's kind of nervous and you feel like you've been training, which is in our case is just putting in long hours painting. But it's always interesting to see right after a competition the way people sort of move on, because a lot of us will just go like, all right, this is what I did this year and how it went, and this is what I'm gonna do for next year. Now I'm gonna start to train for next year's competition. Which, like, that's weird. That's really kind of weird. Whether that comes from a place of disappointment and wanting, I'm going to come back stronger, or if it's like me with winning gold, that kind of spurred me on as well from another direction where I thought, oh, this is excellent. I'm going to, I feel so great about trying again next year because it doesn't matter as much if I lose. But it's still like, why is that my first instinct rather than like, what do I feel like doing with my hobby? What do I feel like painting? What do I want to do? It sounds a bit sort of hippy dippy, but it really is kind of a strange thing to be that all about the competitions and like having another shot at winning something, when this is the hobby really has to be much more than that. Like, it has to be.
But then it's just not a hobby though. At that point, it's a.
The Golden Demon is the hobby.
Exactly,
Golden Demon becomes its own hobby.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't know if that counts as a hobby anymore. I'll try and elaborate here. Also, I want to, like, if we can get Albert and we can all do evenings are just tough. But yeah, I still want to do the episode with Albert, right, where we really dissect competitions.
There's definitely one for him, yeah.
Yeah, and it would good. Well, it's just a different perspective, right? Like from him compared to us.
It's actually a really good. It's a really good person to get on, because he's his own version of competitive, but he's also someone who will say, a year before a competition, this is what I'm doing for this competition. Yeah, and there's a ton of creativity and hobby love and really kind of he's clearly enjoying what he's doing, but there is also that side of being hyper aware of the competition,
what he wants
season.
to achieve in that.
Yeah exactly.
In my mind, a hobby is like I'm a gardening hobby, or I'm painting Warhammer to play with. As soon as you start getting into competitiveness, I think it's still a hobby, but it's not a casual thing anymore. Do you know what I mean?
But
I guess
playing Warhammer tournaments is a hobby as well.
Yeah, I know. I know. It just feels a bit cheap to call it a hobby when it's like it's your life at that point. It transcends a hobby. Do you know what I mean? It becomes something more than a hobby. It becomes your reason for existing.
Well, but hobbies can be obsessive anyway.
Hobby versus competitive. That's weird. Most Googled search, hobbyist versus competitive BJJ. The fuck is a BJJ? I'm Googling
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Maybe. Oh my God, yeah, it is. Wow, why is that the top? Anyway.
What the fuck?
Competitive, right? No, you get okay. Fine. We don't need to focus on what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that you guys aren't, But you, competitor.
No, defining a hobby is also kind of interesting. Like,
yeah, it's just
what it
in my
means
head.
to-
Sorry, Martin. I just got excited to.
no, it really like Arnaud was saying before. This is all really kind of a big philosophical discussion. Like, what is a hobby and why do we have them? Is also something you might want to ask yourself when you're really going for like an award in a Warhammer painting competition. Like,
Yeah, at the end of the day,
maybe that is exactly the motivation you need, and that is entirely fair enough.
the hobby is the reason that
Yeah.
you do stuff.
Yeah.
So if you, I guess if you paint for painting, your painting is your hobby. If you paint for Golden Demon, then Golden Demon is your hobby, I guess.
Yeah, I can agree with that. In fairness, yeah, you get a pass. No, it's true. It is true. Your hobby is something you enjoy, I guess. There's something that's not your job, right? Like a extra recreational kind of, yeah. And then,
Well, something that you choose to do.
yeah, competitive is just how far you want to take it, right? Yeah. Okay. So I can't remember what that question was that we want to ask Albert, but when we get him on, we're gonna go around that subject a lot more.
Well, Lionel is kind of on fire with the deep questions, so maybe we can take away some very, meatful questions, not the typical bullshit questions.
Are we going to do slow as a snail with my 4 questions that I plan to answer?
Well,
Just like...
I think there were a few questions that were worthy of meat of it.
Well, what's interesting is since we started the new season 3, I don't think Lionel's come up with many of the meat of its. We used to struggle for meat of its in season 2 when Lionel was here and also coming up with a meat of its.
But Lionel has improved as well.
Lionel's gotten, to be fair, he's gotten better. He has got
updates.
He has gotten better. I think Monty really motivated Lionel to put in more effort. It's a shame that Lionel doesn't listen to the show, because then we could really talk shit about him. Okay, now the last question of the day of Dr. Lovebrush. If anybody doesn't know, Dr. Lovebrush is the thread that we have on the Discord where you can ask questions and we will answer them in the show. So,
I mean, just saying that out loud, like, can you even, like, listen how amazing that sounds. Why aren't there thousands and thousands of questions in here?
Any question.
You literally have access to...
Yeah. Me.
Jamie, others,
Yes.
wealth of experience and life knowledge.
I mean, now we're doing shorts, right? I'll throw that in a short, 1,000 views like that. What are you worried about? Literally, YouTube congratulated me. There was a fireworks came up, right? And it was like, holy shit, you are doing so much better than you normally do. Whatever you're doing, and then it listed what I'm doing. Keep doing it. And I was like, thanks, mate. I really needed that, you know? Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about the shorts. But I'm enjoying them. Well, I'm not enjoying finding them because you guys don't listen to help me. But other than that, it's really good. So, like I said, LG, I'll get some for the next projects. Tips for doing TMM. Tin metal metallic? Tony metallic metallic. Oh,
metallic.
Whoops. Okay. On Walker
So as
legs.
someone who's just been into Warhammer Games Workshop painting for 25 years, I've always found the abbreviation TMM to be a bit superfluous. Just call it metal, okay?
Yeah, just metal. Yeah, but he's right. I guess,
Arnaud would be like the exact opposite, because I think you paint more NMM than
MMM.
using metallic paints.
So,
Anyway.
what's interesting about this question, this is very bespoke, right? It's from the old MJ, Michael, from Monty. So we know him, now you don't. But he's asking for, so this is literally what Dr. Lovebrush is for. Everyone else can switch off. Tips for doing real metal on Walker legs and inner frames like the Knights versus Vindicare Martin painted.
Oh yeah, I saw him say.
Yeah, I keep trying to do pale. Oh, or do you want to?
No, go ahead.
I keep trying to do pale tones, and keep chickening out and making the mid-tones more saturated. Is there a secret?
Oh fuck. If Michael wants to supply a photograph of... Yeah, because the Vindicare bit, I don't know if you're talking about the statue ruin thing that he's standing on, because that's obviously quite a lot of metallics, or something to do with not the Vindicare himself. I don't think, or the Chaos Knight. He said that's a lot of metal. No, sorry, Michael, you'll have to.
He said, in fairness, he said I'll get some photos out. So
yeah, that'd be great. You look like you want to say something or now.
No. I didn't really understand the last question about the pale thing.
No, me neither.
I keep trying to do pale. It's separate. It's a separate question. It must be. I see.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Okay.
Pale tones.
So the first question is, how do I do true metallic on Walker legs and inner frames like Knights and Vindicare Martin painted?
Yeah.
Don't you just fucking slap on the metal?
Pretty much.
And then it's done?
Metals is I really like painting metallics and trying to like really work on them. There's a couple of things I could say about probably like things to consider. But yeah, most of the recipes that the heavy metal team use, or that I can remember, is like you start with something that's brighter and less saturated than what you're going for, because then you can add something like a contrast paint or an ink or something on top of it, and you get a really nice shiny finish, and you can add like color and shading, and you can paint things like gold extremely quickly and have them look really good. But yeah, if Michael wants to ask specific questions about specific models, I'm happy to help him out. I check Discord maybe every 3 months.
Once
far away.
Well, so to go to Taskmasters, our Taskmasters this month, and we've actually only got a month left, right? It is now end of November. Is to paint a killer can from Warhammer 40,000, right? Now
we don't do shingles anymore. We just
fucking hell. I didn't even do. Hold on. Where is it? What was it called?
Gonna get a Dr. Brushlove
Taskmasters jingle. Get that back in job done, mate. Taskmasters. That is a good jingle. Got to be honest. So I didn't know we were jumping in, but yes, Taskmasters. This month's Taskmasters is to paint a killer can, right? To any level you want, any vibe, right? And just to get it done. The concept of Taskmaster is to do something that you've never really done before, or you want to do, but you just need that little push, right? He's finished his already, the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now,
he's on a mission.
Damn right impressed, because I didn't realize you could. I don't know how he's done it, to be honest. It blew my mind. He painted it. He sprayed it white or black, and then did like zenithal lighting with some bullshit, right? And then he's like washed over it or some shit. I didn't. Fuck me. I don't know. Let's go over it a little bit in the show one day, probably next week. So to be honest, I need to. I'm leaving, right? So not here. I won't have the full month because obviously I'm going to the UK for Christmas.
Right.
So like whenever it is.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm leaving. I'm going to Spain.
So I need to finish it. But anyway, I don't know how he's done it, but I'm damn impressed by it, and I want to know how he's done it because I'll need to do that for my killer can.
It does look excellent. Yeah, if you painted your army killer cans like this, you would have
very good looking army. Indeed.
Yeah.
Second question. I keep trying to do pale skin tones and keep chickening out and making the mid-tones more saturated. Is there a secret? That implies that mid-tones are bad if they're saturated.
This is some Arnau shit right here.
Well, I mean, the answer is quite simple. You don't use saturated colors.
Shit.
You don't want the midtones to be saturated.
Fucking hell.
But also, if they look out of place, but you still want to use saturated colors, then use saturated colors somewhere else. So they are not the only saturated colors. But then they are not pale. So if you want pale, just don't use saturated colors, basically.
Interesting that he chickens out and using saturated. I guess saturated is finds it easier.
Which is funny.
Yeah,
it's very funny. So some people have that, and I think there's many reasons for it. But the saturation equals good. That this thing is something that pisses me off because it's one of those ideas that we chase mindlessly. That saturation equals good, and it's not. And sometimes can make things difficult when we don't get rid of that idea. Same as contrast. Contrast doesn't equal good.
It's just another tool, I guess. N&M gold now, so non-metallic metal. Fuck me. I struggle to integrate. Oh, no, integrate. There's a space there for some reason. I don't know if he did that or my copy paste. He struggles to integrate green reflection with orange ones. Is there something to sketch in from the start or often modulated with filters near the end?
I think it's much better to do it from the start. It's the way I started doing it, introducing these things from the start, was doing things as hard for myself as possible. So you don't do it because you're afraid that you will not be able to solve it or fix it. But fixing it is very simple because you can cover a little bit and erase it, right? So doing a very colorful sketch will always influence the final result. If you do little glazes at the end, that's almost like doing nothing. It can do something, but it's not enough usually. Or if it is, it takes a lot of time because glazing, it's a lot of time to really catch up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I guess if you don't have anything to lose, just do a colorful sketch with everything, and then work on top as you would normally, and then you will see how at the end those undertones influence the finish.
God damn, you need a degree to paint. That's what I think, or just lots of experience. Okay, you ready, boys?
I know, I think. No, I don't.
Of course, the now world famous jingle from Grotbusters. We are back. We have had a long break on Grotbusters. Now, to fill in anybody who doesn't know what the fuck Grotbusters is the best quiz show game on a podcast related to miniatures in the world. And that is fact, because nobody else does any games or quizzes. Right, concept is, I say the initials are GS, I say he's stolen my jeans, then you say
Steelers.
yeah. Boy. Right, this week. Okay, so who's winning? I fucking can't remember. Probably are now.
I think we are tied.
Really?
I think Arnaud's one up.
I think you had a bad. Right, you ready, lads? Okay, there's a small chance that we've got some repeat that we might have done already. So just think fresh. All right.
Okay. Nurgle on twice.
It's
Yeah.
Have we? Did I do that?
Yes.
Then keeping it up. So the first one is the initial is N for November.
Nurgle.
2 points. Now, remember, if you can explain the clue, you also get an extra point. I hope you're writing these down. I will put them in the group. Right. The gap between his head and shoulders is broken. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Boring. Number 2. That's pressure. That's psychological warfare with you, Martin. Right. He's Googling. He's asking ChatGPT. Right. V for Victor. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got it already.
Double psychological. Yeah. She spent 20 minutes on that sunbed and came out looking no different. Okay.
V.
The last one, AM, Alpha Mike. Okay. He's out there again, mowing the same bit of grass for the 3rd time this week. Okay.
Okay.
Anyone repeats? Do you want any clues again? You got it?
Well, I didn't get the last two, but I will.
2 out of 3. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're almost.
You got a week, mate. You got a week, and you definitely won't think about this throughout the week because you're a piece of shit.
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll think of nothing else.
Exactly. These are, I think, the best 3 I've ever done. I hope to see your brother now. I do. I think I missed Grotbusters, to be honest.
We all did.
Yeah, I think it's hard. It's hard to remember that you do a show, you know?
I know, I think. No, I don't.
It's good.
Do that intentionally.
Yeah, that was intentional, that one. Yeah. That was just me reminding you, like when the segments are that good, I think it needs an intro and an outro.
Opening and ending, yeah, of course.
Chapter.
Outro.
Yeah, an outro. Well, anything else you boys want to cover?
Well, we didn't say absolutely anything about Taskmasters. We literally just said
Well, because no one
what
else
was.
started it. We went on about mics.
Well, it's a killer can. Yeah, Michael's.
People know about it.
Which is incredible.
Yeah. All right. Have you done anything on yours, Arnell?
A little bit.
Oh, yeah, of
actually-
course. Yeah, right. Go on.
What?
Show me. I forgot you held the model up at the start.
Yeah, it's just a little bit.
That's quite funny. All right, then. So you're having fun with yours. Damn.
But yeah, we will see. I think I will work on it this afternoon.
Nice.
I need to now it's squeaky bum time. The fact that it's basically December and I've not started. The trouble is I want to finish my Warlock, so I'm going to finish. I've not painted since Golden Demon, right? And it's in the box because I played with it. So, but I really want to finish it, and there's not much left. And then I was ill, blah blah blah. I struggled to start my killer can until I finished that, and that's kind of why I'm like,
Yeah, makes sense.
on a mental dump. But I really need to think about a killer can idea. I hadn't thought about him sitting down. It's quite cute.
Well, you said that you'd paint it like in a tabletop.
That's a bit boring. But then again, I can't paint, so that is a good way to. It's tough, you know, when you're just. How the fuck do you do real metallic?
How the fuck? What?
How do you do real metallic like painting? It's insane.
That's the easiest.
I don't know, man. I need to do it.
Slap.
That's the whole point,
metallic,
right?
Yeah.
Martin, what are you saying, bro?
What am I saying?
You haven't started yours, have you?
No, I just showed you. It's
Yeah,
in a
I know,
box.
I
It's
know.
in plastic. I got it literally yesterday, and I ordered it in. I mean,
Yeah, 6 weeks ago, maybe.
1994. Like it's been. I don't know how it took this long for it to ship, but here we are. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just saying I'm a little behind on schedule. I also have, unfortunately, things with deadlines. I thought Arnau did as well, but then I remembered Arnau can finish a bust in like 45 minutes.
Not denying it. Well,
Well, it depends if it's very small, maybe.
what is your deadline?
Mine?
Yeah.
Christmas.
Same as everyone's.
No, the other stuff.
Yeah, the other stuff. I'm trying to finish something for Christmas. So a month. Yeah,
You've
a month,
got time.
2 days ago.
Yeah, we've got time. And if we don't, I actually don't think not finishing these killer cans is an option anymore. Do you know what I mean? There's got to be enough social
It is
pressure.
or it's not.
It's not. We have no excuse. There will be no excuses.
Yeah, of course not.
No.
We will drag anyone through the mud that it's not
Yeah, and they'll be banned
finished it.
from being on the podcast.
Yes.
It'd be annoying if
only
it's
fair.
me because I'm the guy who records it. But
We're talking like calendar year 2025.
yes, and
So December 21st.
31st.
around midnight, like New Year's Eve.
As
Yeah,
long as you get that photo up on Discord, you're fine, right?
Because I'm looking at like
Over Christmas.
11:30 New Year's Eve.
Do you guys are planning to dedicate a long time to it?
No.
All right,
much?
mate.
More or less.
Whatever time I have after I've done the other thing, basically. Everything takes way longer for me than I want it to. So I'm hoping to finish it in like 4 or 5 days. Full days of painting.
Okay, that's good.
Is this not a chance to push yourself to not do your normal style?
Might be, yeah. But what do you mean? Better or simpler or what? Different?
Just shit-ish, but with good results. Like, instead of being like, because I don't mind spending a long time on it, to be honest, because it's not like I'm painting anything else, right? But I'm worried that I'm terrified. I've said this before. I'm still terrified of doing it, which is exactly why I wanted to do it, right? I know.
Well, that's the point of your Taskmasters.
Like, and this was mine that I picked. I knew that, like, I like orcs, and I know that I just have no concept in my brain how to paint it, which means I would never do it, right? It's like, I'd rather clean my whole house than do it, kind of vibe. Whereas I know for you, you're going to paint methodically, nicely, and it's going to look amazing when it comes out, right? But that's a big commitment for something. For just
that's what I was thinking about. That if you want to paint it like you generally do, it will be time consuming.
And me?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
But it might not necessarily be fun.
No, I get that. I hear what you're saying. I might try to speed it up.
Couldn't you just do something?
I've got a pretty good idea of what you said. Do what?
Like, just do something completely like polar opposite of Martin and just go fucking mental with it. And just like,
that's what Taskmasters.
Yeah.
But maybe in the first Taskmaster it's
you
like
play it safe.
A bit much. But that's the point of Taskmasters. Do something that you wouldn't do, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just
like
shitty Taskmasters.
Like, do it in.
This one is a bit more important because it's the first one.
Yeah, I'm not telling you what to do either, because I would really enjoy seeing a properly good painted killer can. I'm just worried that you won't enjoy it, and then
that's a very fair concern. I think I need to start looking at the build, and if there's anything I want to change, which will be very minor stuff. Like, I'm not here to convert or sculpt or any of that shit. But I think orcs are really fun for conversion. They're very forgiving.
And goblins, right? Gretchen, right?
Yeah.
Like out of all the things that you could have fun with, I think Killer Can in theory. The trouble is about mine is I'm so far removed now from gaming that I'm like, will I ever game again? I probably will, right? And I will. I do really like the game still, but it's definitely like a part of me is like, I could do something fun. You can still do something fun with a gaming one on a gaming base as well. In fairness,
of course.
So,
yeah, it's literally the same.
Yeah. It's a good Taskmasters. Got a month to do it. Oh shit! I am absolutely shitting myself. Because I've already got in my head what will happen. I'll sit down and I'll just be like I won't know how to tackle it. Which is anyway. My plan is to just do it. Okay.
The thing is,
will make for a good conversation when you're done or not.
Even if it comes to the last day and you're desperate because you don't want to be
banned from the podcast,
the worst of the worst, and even if it's just that moment of panic, just slapping paint quickly, that's already something.
Yeah, I agree. That could be, and then I'll be like, fuck, why didn't I do this like 2 weeks ago?
Exactly.
But that's what you want. That's where I'm
Hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Right, I guess that's us, boys.
Yep.
It's going to be good.
1 hour, 33 minutes.
Another wonderful episode.
Right.
Yeah,
we had no meat of it, did we? So quick episode, yeah. Longer than literally every other episode we've done before last 2 weeks. I'll see you tomorrow.
I guess.
Good luck.
And then we have a Discord.
mirror inside her, though.
She feels really humiliated.
Yeah. And also it's the livelihood and it's her father.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe it's just an explosion of things, but I felt like she was very, how do I say it?
Took a lot on the chin normally, like.
Yeah, everything. She was on the bench, everyone treated her kind of bad. So she was not used to speaking out loud to people, like, and their own, her own feelings.
Character
and
development.
Stuff. And I guess you could say that probably it's an explosion of all these things towards the chat. But I don't know. I mean, I liked it, but at the same time, I thought I don't recognize the character maybe as much.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to go into spoilers here, but if you are going to watch it, you haven't, don't listen. But I like that she said, I've lost a friend. And I think that he was the first friend that she'd had. At least it seemed that way, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And that, I think, was her... I think maybe she'll come around, but that was why her betrayal, she's like... That was the thing that she was pissed off, and then at the end she was like... felt like that was the big thing.
I think so too. I think she basically feels that the Russ, so the real guy, almost like killed Chad Powers.
Yeah.
But I agree 1,000,000%, but I think it's so disproportionate, the reaction, and she even says, spoiler alert, so please don't hear if you. She even says that I hoped you killed yourself.
Yeah,
and it's like, Jesus fuck, like this is a lot, and she is almost. Her eyes are almost popping up from rage when she's.
If anything, I like that it's disproportionate, because it is disproportionate. Like it is too much. She's too, but it's because it comes from emotion.
And her dad just had a heart attack and he died.
Yeah, exactly. She hasn't really had any time to think about it. She just finds this out, and then he shows up, and she's like, "You're dead to me."
Yeah.
And then all of that comes out.
It'd be like me losing my.
But it'll be interesting to see how that develops in the future seasons. I think she's going to come around.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
and they'll obviously make love and have babies.
Right? Of course.
It's great. So that was literally 20 minutes on anime and Chad Powers.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. If you haven't seen those things, why are you still here? That's what you got to question yourself, because that was boring as fuck if you don't like those shows. That is the our
maybe they
segment.
Want to watch those shows.
Well, that's we gave them a little bit too much information, I think.
With Denise, I understood something that works very well. She likes spoilers in a way that when she's not interested in a show, and she thinks that she's not gonna. If I say some spoilers that are interesting, she will say, "Oh, that's quite interesting. Let's watch it." And then, because she forgets about the spoilers, and then, but she would not watch it if I didn't spoil the spoilers.
I mean, that is fair, and I think I've had that in the past before I had this hyper sensitivity to spoilers. What did we do? Did we do N already? We did, right? That's the old Grotbusters. What's the new ones?
Yeah, you've done W, WH, and H.
Okay. Where did I've not written them down. What did I... Okay, well, no one needs to... We don't need to record this. See you later, guys. We do indeed have a way to communicate with us outside, and you can ask questions on that platform to the artists weekly and loads of other stuff. And that is, of course, called Discord.